Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Got that caught on there again. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls. And I forgot to put my bracelet on. But I also have on my lap a hamster, a Gojira. She is wild and crazy. She's not that wild. She's not crazy at all. She was awake. Well, I mean, she is awake. But she was awake in her nest, and so I woke her up. I keep saying woke her up. I picked her up, and now she's wandering around on my hands because she's wondering where her nest is. She wants to eat and groom and then go to sleep. So I'm going to put her back in her cage, her home. I'm sorry I can't get you over to your nest, but you're in your same little home. So she's okay. Very, very good. Definitely a thumbs up. I just wanted to show her because I love all my hamsters and I like to show them off. I'd like to show off Dr. Snurf, but number one, he's in the cage against the wall, and number two is his back, that big bald spot on his back, with his skin is, you know, in this bad spot. It's thicker and it's flaky, and poor guy. And of course my cat keeps digging around in the cat box. So the bad part is, you know, what she's doing now is she's not digging in the cat box. She's digging next to the cat box, which is one of the worst parts about it. She's not actually doing anything. Come on, Amelia. Amelia, please stop making noise over at the cat box. She is such a silly kitty. But life is life. Yesterday I had therapy, and because I had therapy I was behind, and because I was behind and then I fell asleep, I didn't have a video for yesterday on my game channel. So my videos, which had been like this, so that each day I only had to record one thing, because of therapy 2 weeks ago had gotten chunked. So that every time I had to re-record for everything at the same time. Now, because of this, we're chunk back again like this. So it's, I don't have to fight and struggle to get it all done in one day. So thumbs up for that. I mean, at any time I could have changed it, and I had been thinking of doing it on my own, but that gave me the impetus. I keep looking over here to see if I can find my bracelet, because I'm not exactly sure where I went and put it. There it is. Yay. I have to feel normal. This says the guy who wakes up from pain at like 4:30 in the morning, tosses and turns until 5:30, and then gets up. Thumbs up for that. I mean, that's normal for a lot of people. So, you know, pain-related insomnia, thumbs up for that. Past that, though, with my therapist, we just talked about, it was another time where instead of talking directly about everything that I feel, I talked about other things. Like he said, how are you doing? And so we talked about just what's happening in my household, talked about what's happening in the world, talked about the pandemic, just talked about a whole bunch of stuff without actually talking about any real issues. So when I was talking about how I'm doing, it was more, you have to tell how I'm doing by how I'm talking about everything around it. Instead of talking about the subject, I was talking about everything but. But that's just another method of talking. So, I mean, there's people who write entire books that way, and they're good, so thumbs up. Definitely a good thing. But we talked about exercise, and last night I was going to go out walkies, but I had to take a shower, and taking a shower, that's a good hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours process, so it's a workout on its own, so I don't feel bad about not going for walkies. Today I gotta go walkies, so thumbs up. I have to hit the store. I now only have some spaghetti to eat. And I've got like $10 to last me till the end of the month, and I need to go buy food. that'll hopefully last until the end of the month, because I don't have any more, and I'm like negative 130 some odd in my checking account. So it's joyous and wonderful. Definitely a good thing. As a minor aside, of course, somebody in comments had mentioned that they're wondering what had happened to my hair and my beard, because if you go to the beginning of my channel, I have very, very long hair and a very long beard, and then occasionally gets trimmed down and then it grows out again. I just didn't have any real self-esteem at that point, and so that was bad. But I had been learning how to cut my own hair for some time, and so been learning and doing that. And once my wife died, you know, and I got tired of my long, awful hair, I just started cutting it down, got pretty good at that, and then was doing still okay with it at medium length. But oh, my hair is so thin, my scalp is so visible through my hair. I am definitely turning into my grandfather in that fashion. When I knew him, when I can remember what he looked like, and I just have a few pictures in my head of that, he had the hair that was about this long, so mine's longer than his was, and I could definitely see his scalp through there, so thumbs up for that. My mother, before she died, of course, would always tell me how much I looked like her father, so I looked basically like my grandfather. That reminds me, as a really, really quick thing, I've wanted to talk about this for a while, but I haven't been able to because I always forget with my bloody memory. On Facebook, I talk with this one fellow who's actually a half-brother of mine, because my genetic father and my mother divorced when I was 1 year old. And so my genetic father went on to a new life with a new family and all that, and so he had another child, and that's my half-brother. Thumbs up for that. Oh, if I can try and remember now. Oh, yes. Oh, please, 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 yes. Because my half-brother was telling me how it had been in the family, the previous family, with my father, genetic father. It had been a tradition for the last 300 years that the first male-born child was named William. And so I had been the latest in a 300-year-long tradition. And then I didn't know about that. So I didn't name my first child William. You know, my first child, my oldest, is from my wife's previous relationship, but I consider him my son. And then our second child, my first, genetically, his name isn't William. And then, of course, my half-brother, his name isn't William because it's passed on to me to do it, and then I didn't know, so I didn't. So 300 years of tradition come to whack, a halt. Yay! On the one hand, I feel kind of bad about that. On the other hand, tradition is just pure pressure from dead people. Tradition is just, yeah, pure pressure from dead people. It is pressure from the past to keep doing something, and you don't have to be a slave to the past. You can be and do whatever you want. Within limits, of course. I mean, depending on the economic caste you were born into, your options may be extremely limited, but within those options are yours to choose. You don't have to let the past dictate that for you. Thumbs up for that. So as stated, I feel kind of bad, and on the other hand, it's like, well, I want to name my kid what I want to name my kid. All these people are dead. Who cares? Thumbs up for that. So glad I finally got to talk about that. It's been months that I've been wanting to mention that, and I keep forgetting because of my bloody memory. Thumbs up for that. Memory is so joyous. Which is odd because I still get flashes of stuff when I was a child. Like, I don't remember how old I was, and there's nobody I can ask anymore. My parents are gone. My grandparents, who were there at the time, have been long gone. You know, the people that were involved, they all moved away and such long ago. But I remember, I was like 5, 6, 7, under 10, definitely, when I and a friend were at his house where he had a swimming pool, and for some stupid reason, we were setting a part of the field on fire. Dashing back to the swimming pool, grabbing water, and then running back and then putting out the fire. Yeah, really stupid, really dangerous. I remember how we set the fire, ran to get the water, and then the postman came. So we ran over to the mailbox. And then when we remembered that there was a fire, we dashed back to the field. And it was a great big damn fire. So we panicked and just ran away. And I remember being talked to by I don't know if it was the chief of the fire department or anything, but it was definitely a fire person, a firefighter that was giving me quite a lecture at that age. So that was, I remember that. I remember what the fire looked like, but I can't remember what my friend looked like. I can't remember what the fireman looked like. I can only vaguely remember what the situation must have looked like because I believe I remember where it happened in the house. So, thumbs up. Ah, memories. It's a good thing, though, to have memories. Just sometimes I get anxiety trying to remember things that I can't remember. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff from my military time that if I try to remember it, because I can't, I get intense anxiety. And the more I try to remember, the more difficult, the more stronger and more horrible the anxiety becomes, until I just stop trying to remember. A couple years back, not that many, but just a couple, I was trying to remember that there had been a book I had remembered reading way back when I was like 8, because I could read, and I remembered it being called Pseudo People, and it being a collection of short stories. At the time, that was 40 some odd years back, and the book, how could I remember the name properly? And trying to even think about the memory caused horrible anxieties. Finally, I tried to Google the information, and that was causing anxiety. Just the act of Googling it was causing anxiety. But I remember properly, the book actually was called Pseudo People, and it was a collection of short stories about androids and all that. That brought along a feeling of relief. But it was just so weird that trying to remember something so simple and foolish was causing me such horrible anxiety. I mean, it was bad. The kind where you need to go walking and make it hard and do anything to distract yourself from the anxiety. But it all went away when I finally got the information properly. But that's what I'm facing when I try to remember a lot of stuff, just that intense anxiety. Ugh. Happy and joyous. And now, switching to this camera and making sure I'm at least halfway centered, I keep, like, putting it so that my head's, like, way too low in the thing. It should be closer up, like in the main camera, closer to the top. Life is life. Anyway, though, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Right now, just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and it is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand, with my depression, fibro, untreated ADHD, brain damage from alcoholism, and more, I'm amazed I can remember anything at all. I'm 1,000% better than I used to be and getting better all the time. One day I'm going to hit that functional limit, though. Yay! Back to the main camera, halfway centered, and then call up my Chrome. With King Tentacion, thank you very much. And we have Drake Legrand, thumbs up and thank you. Gagarade Henson, I sure hope I'm close, thank you very, very much. And we have Joe Al, greatly appreciate. Kathy Kitscat, good to see you in the comments. Dylan Hope, thumbs up and thank you. Tracy Denner, thumbs up. We have Denial, greatly appreciated. There is Jeff Spleffy, I like the name, thank you very much. There's Guapo, greatly appreciated. Russian Timing, good to see you in the comments. Shrek is a Queen, could very well be. An artist named Tyrese, thumbs up and thank you. Ali Shabiri, good to see you in the comments as well. We have Purge, thumbs up and thank you. There is Adam Ghazali, thumbs up and thank you. Divine Martin, greatly appreciated. There is Fracture, spelled F-R-A-X-U-R-E, thumbs up and thank you. Lynn Cow, I bet I'm nowhere close, but thank you very much. Retarded Ant, heck of a name. Sebastian Ferris, Florgaborga, and then we have Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Colin Reisenauer, good to see you in the comments. Tam Wheel, thumbs up. And last but not least, Eduardo TM. Thank you all, each and every one of you, making sure I'm halfway centered again. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thumbs up and thank you so much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I am clinically depressed. I have all sorts of untreated issues. Getting me out of the echo chamber of my skull is a very good thing. And if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you wanted to help me out but didn't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. If you could check that out, that would be cool. And if you wanted to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very, very awesome. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. Definitely a very cool thing. Now, back to facing this way. I have my main channel. Well, no. Of course I have my main channel. What I meant to say, because I got all distracted in my brain, is I have this video all done today. I have another video to edit and render that I had recorded yesterday. I need to record something for my game channel today, so I got a busy day. Hopefully I'll be able to call the food stamp people. That was the word I was looking for, because I still need to get those. I'm hurting bad, so thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And even though I still haven't changed this one, it is still true. Smiling lights up the happiness circus in your brain. You smile because you're happy. So when you smile with no feelings, your brain goes, oh, this is what I usually do when I smile. Boing! And those circuits light up. Give it a shot. It does help.